In my opinion, a truly good green salad is a rare find. That's why a lot of people don't like salads, right? So today's salad creates these super flavor bombs, drawing on the sweet and sour flavors of the apples and the cherry tomatoes, and contrasting that with the heady pungency of goat cheese. Stick around, I'm going to show you exactly how to make this beautiful salad. Hi there, and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Andrea, and I am a nutrition and digestive health counselor and an Ayurvedic chef of 25 years. And today I am going to show you how to make seared apple and cherry tomato salad with goat cheese. So first, let's go over the main ingredients. Let's start with apples. I absolutely love apples. So apples are the perfect taste for a bit of winter brightness. Cooking also brings out the apple's natural sweet flavor, and when we sear it on the stove, it adds this savory element. And when you combine that with a little bit of extra salt, it really amplifies the gorgeous flavor in an apple. Next, we'll talk about goat cheese. This is the goat cheese that I'm going to be using, and I'm actually leaving this in the fridge until it's needed. And that's a tip because it's nice and firm. So when I go to pick off pieces of it to put it in the salad, it's not going to be sticking to my fingers as much. Now, why goat cheese? Goat cheese has this sharp pungency, and that flavor, along with its creaminess, provides this complement, but also this contrast to the sweet flavors that are in cherry tomatoes and the apples. And so goat cheese is a great ingredient for this salad. But if you don't like goat cheese, and I know many of you out there do not like goat cheese, so simply substitute with feta cheese or another cheese of your choice. Okay, next up is the dressing. So any type of vinaigrette will do. So if you have something in your fridge, just use that if it's the easiest for you. Another thing you can do is use olive oil and another vinegar. So this is some balsamic, or maybe you have red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, whatever you have. Just combine these onto your salad using a little more olive oil and a little less vinegar, and then a little bit of salt and pepper, and you have got a quick dressing on your hands. For the lettuce, I have a beautiful head of red leaf lettuce here. It seems to have more complexity and clean flavors, and I just love red lettuce for that reason. And it goes really well for this recipe. But you can use any lettuce that you have on hand, including any packaged lettuces. And that's going to make this just a little bit quicker for you to make. Well, step one is to prepare your lettuce. Just slice off the root end. Let's keep it in two separate piles. So I'm going to chop this into, like, it's about 3/4 of an inch. Another thing you can do is roll up those leaves if they're too large to make it easier to chop. And then you want to go through in the other direction. You see how quick you can do that? Then we're going to run cold water onto this, and then we will spin it dry. So next we'll work on the apples. And chop them into quarters first. I'm going to use 2 full apples. Depending on how much you like in your salad, you could use just 1 if you prefer. Then you're just going to go in and take out the cores. And once you've got these cored, you want to slice them into wedges. And I think since these were relatively small apples, I'm going to slice each of these into 3s. Yeah, I've already washed these and dried them on a clean tea towel. Next, you're going to want to heat a small skillet on medium-high heat and add vegetable oil. Make sure your vegetable oil is suitable for high heat cooking. Don't use olive oil for this unless it says high heat on the bottle. Make sure that your tomatoes are dry so that you're not introducing a bunch of water into that hot oil, but still be careful, add them away from you. You want to let them rest for about 2 to 3 minutes. Hopefully you can see how the cherry tomatoes have started to burst. Drop those into a bowl. You can use a spoon to help to separate the apples. Then we can sprinkle with a little bit of salt. Yeah, so once you notice browning on one side, it's time to flip them over, and I find a fork works really well for this. You can use any vinaigrette or dressing that you would like. I have here actually some fresh lemon juice, olive oil, and shallots, and I think this is really yummy. That little bit of raw onion is actually going to add something to the salad as well. So I think I'll put a little bit of that on there. Just add a little bit of fresh olive oil, a little bit more vinegar, just showing you that you can just use olive oil and vinegar to make this. Make sure that you're adding a little bit of salt and pepper. That's really key, particularly if you're not using a pre-made vinaigrette. Really brings out the flavor on the lettuce. But the next step is actually to put the toppings. We have these tomatoes, which we have yet to peel. And I want to show you how easy it is to do that. Look how beautiful those turned out. I'm going to arrange the apples. So next up is the goat cheese. I'm thinking that maybe a spoon or 2 little spoons is a great way to go. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. You can add a little bit of extra goodness on there. Even a little bit of extra salt. Don't want to overdo it because I know I've salted every element in this dish. A little bit of extra pepper just to make it look beautiful. Awesome. Your salad is complete. We did it! We made a beautiful salad. So let's see. I've got a piece of apple here. I've got the lettuce, the goat cheese, and okay, this is going to be one giant bite. That was an experience. I initially got the sweetness and the succulent nature of the apple, and then the creaminess of the goat cheese came in, and then the crunchiness of the lettuce going on, and then I got into the cherry tomato, which is itself a flavor bomb. Look at this thing. Just imagine biting into this. Do you know that cherry tomatoes are one of the biggest sources of savory flavor ever? It's got such a rich texture. It's very high in glutamates and that savory quality, which is what gives that mouth feel, which is so incredibly satisfying. Try this and you can enjoy this with a vegetarian main course or with meat. But as a vegetarian, I would recommend my vegetable pot pie, which has a gorgeous little pastry on top of a simple vegetables in gravy that you roast in the oven. Or you could make my Yukon Gold mashed potatoes with buttered vegetables. And you know, that in itself is a very wonderful umami kind of dish. And so these two together would just be like absolutely outstanding. So if you want to impress, you know, some guests, make a special dinner for a loved one or loved ones, maybe that combination would be a good one to try. So I'll include the links to these other recipes as well as the recipe for this in the description notes below. So make sure that you get those, and also make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more recipes like this. I think that's everything I wanted to cover today. So bye for now, and until next time.